Solving equations involving multiplication and division. This is lesson 21 from Saxon Algebra 1. Now I'd like to recall fact families, and let's see if we can utilize this graphic organizer to solve equations. First of all, we know the relationship between 5, 2, and 10. There are 4 equations that can be written, and notice the way the symbols go in this graphic organizer. The equations are as follows. And for a minute, I want you to imagine that the number 5 there, which is on the lower left, that's actually a variable. So we're going to replace every 5 with the letter n. And now when you look over the equations on the right-hand side, which one seems like it's the best one if you were solving for n? Can you see it's the third one down? So this is going to be our goal. We're going to use fact triangles to solve equations. In this first example, x divided by 6 equals 8. We can set up a multiplication division fact triangle. X goes on the top, and the best equation to solve for x would be 6 times 8 equals x. So therefore 48 equals x. And you should check that. Make sure that the value of 48 makes sense in the original equation. 48 divided by 6 equals 8. Yes, checks out. All right, example B. First, let's rewrite it as a division equation. Negative 11 equals w divided by 4. Let's set up our fact triangle. And the equation that we will use to solve for w is 4 times negative 11 equals w. Negative 44 equals w. Okay, let's do a couple more. Here in this equation, 5 times x equals 20. I've set up my fact triangle. To get x by itself, we're going to use the division equation. We'll use 20 divided by 5 equals x, or 4 equals x. Example B, to solve for n, we're going to divide. Negative 12 divided by 3 equals n, so negative 4 equals n. Let's go to a word problem. Anita is an architect. She's designing a rectangular room with an area of 126 square feet. If the length of the room is 12 feet, what is its width? Always good to draw a picture when you're given information and label your diagram. I know that area is length times width, so what I'd like to do is set up my fact triangle where the area goes on top and the 12 and the w go on the bottom. Let's solve for w by using the division equation. 126 divided by 12 equals w. So 10.5 feet equals the width. There were some equations that you were supposed to solve for homework. So let's check if the fact family approach would give us the same solution as the strategy you may have used. For example B, I'm going to rewrite it as a division equation. Negative 20 equals m divided by 5. And then over time, you'll become good enough with the fact triangles that you won't have to draw it, but you'll just be able to rewrite your equation using a more convenient form to solve for the variable. So that's what I've done here in examples B and D. And example D, I've rewritten the equation as negative 15 divided by 3 equals x, so x equals negative 5. And there was one word problem that you were supposed to solve. A rectangular pond has an area of 140 square feet. If the length of that should say pond is 16 feet, what is the width? So let's draw the picture. And then again, you can see that instead of creating the fact triangle, I have just written my original equation. 16 times w is 140. I've now rewritten that as a division equation, and I've solved for the width, and I got 8.75 feet. So that's how we solve multiplication and division equations using fact triangles.